Somebody spent $97,000 on a luxury SUV, drove it 5 years, then handed it to the next owner for 26. That second owner, that's who I want you to be. Because the cruelest thing about luxury SUVs is also the biggest opportunity on the used market right now. These things hemorrhage money. $40, $50, sometimes $70,000 gone in 5 years. The first buyer eats that loss. You don't have to. I've spent over 2 decades under these vehicles, and today I'm showing you 6 luxury SUVs that bled out over 40 grand in value, and more importantly, which ones are genuinely worth buying and which ones will quietly empty your wallet. Let's get into it. Number 6, Audi Q7. Let's start with the one people are most scared of, and honestly, they're half right to be. The Audi Q7 is German engineering at its most seductive. A loaded 3.0 T Prestige, stickered north of $65,000 when it was new. Today at 2018, with reasonable miles, is trading around $17,000 to $20,000. Do that math. That's close to $50,000 of value that evaporated, and the original owner is the one who paid for it. Here's why the Q7 is on this list and not in the trash. The second generation Q7, the one that launched in 2017, is a legitimately good machine, and owners back that up with reliability scores well above average for the class. The engine you want is the supercharged 3.0 liter V6, making 300 to 33 horsepower, not the base 2 liter 4-cylinder. The 4-banger has to fight the Q7's weight every single day, and it'll wear itself out doing it. The V6 is smooth, it tows nearly 8,000 pounds, and it ages far better. But I'm a mechanic, so I'm going to give it to you straight. This is an Audi. When something breaks, it's not cheap, and the parts have German prices stamped on them. The thing that scares me most is the adaptive air suspension. When it works, it rides like a magic carpet. When a strut fails, you are looking at real money, sometimes $1,000+ per corner. So here's your inspection checklist. First, find a Q7 with the standard steel suspension if you can, or budget for the air system. Second, on your test drive, let the SUV sit and idle from cold and listen for a timing chain rattle on startup. Early Volkswagen and Audi V6 engines had tensioner issues. Third, pull every service record. A Q7 with a documented dealer stamped history is worth $2,000 more than an identical one with mystery gaps every time. Who should buy it? Somebody who wants genuine German luxury and tech for the price of a base Toyota, and who has the discipline to maintain it on schedule. Who should skip it? Anyone who plans to defer maintenance or does not have a trusted independent shop. This is not a fix-it when it breaks vehicle. But if the Q7 makes you nervous, the next one is even more polarizing, and that is exactly why it is such a bargain. Number 5, BMW X5. The BMW X5 might be the most depreciation-proof way to lose money in America. I say that with love. This SUV was the gold standard of the mid-size luxury segment. It's stickered in the 70s loaded, and a clean, older example now sells for around $20,000 to $25,000. That's 45 grand plus of value handed to whoever's smart enough to buy second. Now, listen carefully, because the X5 is a perfect example of why you cannot shop by badge alone, you shop by engine. The one you want is the Inline 6. The xDrive 40i with BMW's B58 motor is, in my opinion, one of the best engines anybody is building right now. Smooth, strong, and proving itself genuinely durable. The older xDrive 35i used the N55, also a solid 6. Those engines are the reason to buy this truck. The engine you avoid? The twin turbo V8 in the X line and M variants, the N63 family. I've watched those eat timing chains, leak oil from places oil shouldn't be, and run through turbos. A V8 X5 looks like a flex on the lot for 20 grand. It is not a flex when you're handing me a 4-figure bill twice a year. So the rule is simple: 6-cylinder X5, yes. V8, walk away unless you have a generous budget and a sense of humor. Inspection checklist. First, confirm which engine you are looking at. Pop the hood, check the badge, decode the VIN. Second, scan for stored codes before you buy. These BMWs talk to you through the computer, and a clean scan tells you a lot. Third, check the cooling system. Water pumps and thermostats are a known weak spot on these, roughly a $600 to $800 job, so if it has not been done and the truck has miles, negotiate. Fourth, every electronic toy needs to work on the test drive. In a luxury BMW, a dead module is rarely a cheap fix. Who is this for? Someone who wants a driver's SUV because the X5 still corners like BMW means it? And who buys the 6-cylinder with eyes open? Who should skip it? Bad shoppers who will buy whatever is cheapest on the lot. That is how people end up with a V8 money pit. Get the right one though, and the X5 is a tremendous amount of machine for the money. But these next four, these are where the value gets ridiculous. Number 4, Lincoln Navigator. Now we're getting into the SUVs that mechanics actually whisper about. The 4th generation Lincoln Navigator, the one that arrived in 2018, was a genuine knockout, a true luxury land yacht that stickered between $75,000 and $95,000 depending on trim. 5 years later, that same Navigator depreciates around 59%, which drops a 2018 into the mid-30s and lower. That's $40,000 or more of value gone. Here's the secret that makes the Navigator one of the smartest buys on this entire list. Under all that quilted leather and that massive grille, it's a Ford. It shares its bones, its 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, and its 10-speed automatic with the Ford Expedition and the F-150, the best-selling vehicle in America. Do you understand what that means for you as an owner? It means parts are everywhere and they're cheap. It means any competent shop in any small town can work on it. You get genuine first-class luxury with the parts catalog of a work truck. That's the dream scenario. I had a customer last year who was cross-shopping a German SUV, and I steered him hard toward a used Navigator instead. His reaction was the usual, "Isn't a Lincoln just an old man's car?" I told him to drive one. He came back grinning. 3-row room, 450 horsepower, a cabin that feels like a private jet, and a repair bill that won't require a second mortgage. The honest warning, that EcoBoost V6 engine is strong, but it's turbocharged and direct injected, so maintenance matters. Inspection checklist. First, confirm the oil was changed on time. Turbos hate neglected oil more than anything on earth. Second, listen on a cold start for any rattle that could point to early cam phaser noise on Ford's V6 engines. It's usually fine, but you want to know. Third, on the Navigator specifically, test every power feature, the power folding third row, the running boards, and the air suspension on higher trims. They're wonderful when they work and annoying when they don't. Fourth, body-on-frame trucks live hard lives if they tow, so check the hitch and the rear suspension for sag. Who should buy it? Big families who want to arrive in actual luxury without German running costs. Who should skip it? City dwellers fighting tight parking. This thing is enormous. But if the Navigator is the smart American pick, this next one is the one I'd buy with my own money tomorrow. Number 3, Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade is the king of conspicuous depreciation, and that is fantastic news for the second owner. A loaded 2018 Escalade or the longer ES5 stickered up around $80,000 to $100,000. Today, a clean 2018 trades in the low to mid 20s. We're talking about $40,000, $50,000, even $60,000 of value that the first owner kissed goodbye. You get to inherit it, and here's why I love recommending these. Just like the Navigator, the Escalade is built on hardware shared across a massive family, the Chevy Tahoe, the Chevy Suburban, the GMC Yukon. The heart of it is GM's 6.2-liter V8, 420 horsepower, mated to a 10-speed automatic. That V8 is a known quantity. Parts are dirt cheap and available at every corner store. A water pump, a starter, an alternator, these are commodity parts, not exotic German modules. For a vehicle that looks this expensive on the lot, the cost to keep one running is shockingly reasonable. But I'm not going to lie to you about the weak spots. The 6.2 in this era uses cylinder deactivation, active fuel management, and those systems can develop lifter problems if oil maintenance gets sloppy. And the magnetic ride control shocks, the trick adaptive dampers, are not cheap when they wear out. So your inspection checklist. First, listen carefully at idle and under light load for any lift or tick. A healthy 6.2 is smooth. Second, bounce each corner and watch for a leaking magnetic shock. Budget for it if it's tired. Third, check for the brake vacuum pump recall on these GMV8 engines and make sure it was handled. Fourth, look hard at the transmission behavior on the test drive. The 10-speed should shift cleanly with no flares or hunting. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants maximum presence and space with the cheapest parts pipeline of any true luxury SUV on the road. Who should skip it? People sensitive to fuel costs. This thing drinks, period, around 14 miles per gallon in the city. But if you want luxury with truck-cheap maintenance, the Escalade is hard to beat. And yet, the next two are the ones the smartest buyers fight over. Number 2, Lexus LX 570. Now, I'll be honest with you up front. The Lexus LX 570 is the most expensive SUV on this list to buy used, and I almost didn't include it. A clean 2018 still commands somewhere in the $45,000 to $65,000 range. So why is it here? Because it's stickered around $90,000 plus, which means it still shed roughly $40,000 from its original price, and because pound for pound, it might be the single smartest long-term buy I can name. Here's the truth nobody at the Lexus dealership emphasizes. Mechanically, the LX 570 is a Toyota Land Cruiser wearing a tuxedo. Same chassis, same body-on-frame construction, same legendary 5.7-liter V8, same bomb-proof drivetrain. The only real difference is nicer leather, more sound deadening, and a fancier badge. So when you buy an LX 570, you are buying the most reliable, full-size SUV platform Toyota has ever built, with luxury bolted on top. I have seen Land Cruiser and LX 8 engines run past 300,000 miles on basic maintenance. This is naturally aspirated, no turbos to fail. It's a simple, over-engineered workhorse. The reason it costs more used than the others on this list is the same reason it belongs here. The market knows it doesn't die, so the market won't let go of it cheap. That, by itself, tells you everything. The trade-offs are real, so let's be fair. Fuel economy is genuinely bad. Most owners see 13 to 16 miles per gallon. The third row is cramped and folds awkwardly to the sides instead of into the floor, so it's not the family hauling champ. Inspection checklist. First, even on a bulletproof Toyota, demand service records. Neglect can still wear a cooling system or a timing component. Second, check the adjustable suspension for leaks or sag. It's pricey to fix. Third, verify every screen and controller works, because Lexus infotainment parts are expensive. Fourth, find one owned by an adult who treated it like the investment it is. These get bought by people who keep things nice. Who should buy it? Anyone keeping an SUV for the long haul who wants to spend the next decade not thinking about reliability. Who should skip it? Anyone on a tight purchase budget or who needs serious third row space and good fuel economy. But if the LX 570 is the smartest buy, for people who can stretch, number one is the smartest buy, period. And almost nobody's talking about it. If this kind of straight talk is saving you money, do me a favor and hit subscribe. I've got more videos breaking down the SUVs dealerships push versus the ones that actually make sense. Now, number one, Infiniti QX80. This is the one. The single most overlooked, most underpriced luxury SUV in America, and the one I'd point my own family toward without hesitating. The Infiniti QX80 was Infiniti's flagship, a full-size 8-passenger luxury SUV that's stickered loaded anywhere from $70,000 to $90,000. Today, a clean 2018 trades around $25,000 to $30,000. That is $40,000 to $50,000 of value gone, and almost nobody knows why this thing is such a steal. So let me tell you the secret that makes the QX80 the smartest buy on this entire list. Underneath the chrome and the quilted leather, it is a Nissan Patrol. The Patrol is the legendary indestructible body-on-frame SUV that Nissan sells all over the world, and that's worship for off-road toughness. In North America, that same platform also wears the Nissan Armada badge. The QX80 and the Armada are mechanical twins, same chassis, same drivetrain, same engine. You're paying 25 grand for a luxury body wrapped around one of the toughest truck platforms on the planet, and the engine. The QX80 runs Nissan's 5.6-liter V8, the VK56 VD, making around 400 horsepower. Owners on these platforms regularly report rolling past 200 and 300,000 miles with nothing but fluids and normal wear. I've talked to people running 3 of them in a row because the first one simply refused to quit. It's naturally aspirated, no turbos. It's a big, simple, durable V8 in a body-on-frame truck, exactly the recipe that lasts. Now, the honest mechanics caveats because there's no perfect vehicle. First, that V8 is direct injected, so it can build carbon on the intake valves over time. A periodic intake cleaning keeps it healthy. Second, the catalytic converters can break down on a neglected engine and, in rare worst cases, send debris back into the cylinders, so you maintain it properly and you don't run garbage fuel. Third, fuel economy is brutal. Expect mid-teens, maybe 20 on a gentle highway run. This is a big V8 truck and it drinks like one. Your inspection checklist. First, get the service history and confirm regular oil changes. A documented QX80 is gold. Second, on the test drive, listen for any abnormal engine knock and consider having a shop scope the cylinders, if you want total peace of mind on a high mile example. Third, check the air conditioning, including the rear lines, which can rub and leak on these over time. Fourth, and this is the pro move, look for the hydraulic body motion control suspension package, which dramatically cuts body roll and makes the big QX80 ride beautifully. Fifth, remember a lot of these were fleet and rental units, so a well-kept private owner example is worth chasing. Who should buy it? Big families who want true full-size luxury, 8 seats, and a platform that will outlast almost anything else here, all for the price of a mid-trim Honda. Who should skip it? Anyone who can't stomach the fuel bill or who needs a tidy vehicle for cramped city streets. But if you want the absolute most luxury and durability per dollar on the used market in 2026, the QX80 is, in my book, untouchable. So there it is. 6 luxury SUVs that bled over $40,000 in value, and the truth about which ones are worth it. The Audi Q7 and BMW X5, incredible machines for the money if you buy the right engine and respect the maintenance. The Lincoln Navigator and Cadillac Escalade, first-class cabins built on cheap, widely available Ford and GM truck hardware. The Lexus LX 570, a Land Cruiser in a tuxedo that'll run for 250,000 miles. And the Infiniti QX80, the best-kept secret in the entire used luxury market. A Nissan Patrol wearing a crown. Here's the lesson that's bigger than any one of these trucks. Depreciation isn't your enemy when you're the second owner. It's the greatest discount in the car world, and somebody else already paid for it. Next time you're on a lot and the salesman tries to push you into a brand new luxury SUV, you'll know exactly who's about to eat that $40,000 loss, and it doesn't have to be you. If this helped, hit that like button, subscribe for more straight talk, and I'll keep giving you the truth the dealerships won't. Drive safe, take care of your SUV, and it'll take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.